I was warned not to answer the Craigslist ad, the one that offered $10,000 to stay in a remote house for 3 nights to record structural anomalies. But I was broke, desperate, and curious enough to drive 4 hours into the woods sign, a liability waiver that looked like it had been printed on a typewriter in blood-red ink, and shake hands with a man who wouldn't give his name, only instructions. Don't leave the house, don't speak to the mirrors, and if you hear the bells, cover your eyes. It felt like a prank, or one of those viral YouTube challenges, until I saw the house, an ancient 3-story Gothic thing choked in ivy, with windows like eye sockets and a roof that groaned like it was breathing. Inside, the air smelled like wet stone and something older than rot. There was no electricity, just old oil lamps, dozens of them already lit when I arrived, as though the house knew I was coming. My job was to stay awake as long as possible, document any unusual sounds or movements, and upload the footage to a locked drive every 24 hours. The first few hours were quiet. Then I found the door. It wasn't on the blueprints and hadn't been there when I arrived. Small, wooden, carved with hundreds of tiny faces, all screaming silently, and locked with a rusted chain. I didn't touch it, not then. That night, I heard voices whispering in the pipes. No water in the house, no plumbing, but the sound of gurgling speech traveled through the walls like they were hollow. I couldn't understand the language, but it made my teeth itch. The windows began to fog from the inside. My breath didn't. The mirrors there were too many, in every room, some warped like funhouse glass, others so perfect I couldn't tell which side I was on. Around 2:47 a.m., I passed one and caught my reflection blinking after me. I turned all of them toward the walls. The bells started the next night, high, metallic, impossibly close, even though I couldn't find their source. And I remembered the warning dropped to the floor, hands over my eyes, heart pounding, as I heard footsteps, not near me, but on me, like someone walking slowly across my back. When the sound stopped, I opened my eyes and saw the dust on the floor had been disturbed, not footprints, but handprints, child-sized, leading from the mirror to the locked door. I checked my footage, nothing, just static between 2 o'clock and 3 a.m. I tried calling out, no signal, no service, even the GPS was dead. That's when I realized the clocks had stopped, all of them, at 2:47. I slept during the day and stayed awake at night, but sleep brought no peace, just dreams of eyes under the floorboards, of a staircase that descended into open mouths, of me begging myself not to wake up. The third night, the door was open, just a crack, just wide enough to hear the breathing behind its low, wet, almost labored, like whatever was in there hadn't moved in years. I should have run, but something pulled me forward, not a force, but a thought that wasn't mine, whispering that I had always been here, that I was the house, and the house was hungry. Inside the door was a room too large for the house, an impossible expanse of stone and bone, and in the center, a massive well pulsing with black light. I heard my name, not whispered, but gasped like a last breath coming from the bottom. I ran, but the house was different now. Rooms connected in wrong ways. Doors opened into stairwells that climbed forever. Mirrors started showing things behind me that weren't there, figures crawling, always crawling, on the ceilings, with too many joints and no faces. I found myself in the attic without climbing. The attic was covered in chains. Hanging from the rafters were dozens of tape recorders, all playing my voice, but none were recordings I'd made. "You are not alone," I said. "You were never you. She is in your blood now." I tore the door off the hinges and jumped from the second floor, broke my leg, crawled to my car. My phone powered on, just long enough to show a new notification. "Thank you for feeding her." Then it died. I left the house behind. Or I thought I did. That was 3 weeks ago. But last night, I woke up in a different bed. Not mine. The sheets were older. My breath was fogging again. The mirrors are back, and so is the door. I don't remember driving here. I don't remember renting this place. But when I looked in the bathroom mirror this morning, I was wearing the clothes I wore on the first night, and my reflection blinked twice when I didn't. The bells started again at 2:47.